Once upon a time, in perfect parent land, a mother picked up her children from school. They got out on time. They quickly and quietly got into the car without forgetting anything in their locker. And they did not fight over who gets to sit behind mom today. I have never lived in perfect parent land. However, I do have 3 children between the ages of 7 and 20 and started babysitting my cousins, of which there are 20, when I was 14 years old. So I do consider myself at least an apprentice on childhood behavior. When my children get in the car and I ask them about their day, I usually get a one-word answer, or I don't know. I have learned that most of you in this class are also parents. So you are also well versed in the behavior of children, or at least as well versed as we can be in trying to learn the minds of the little people that we have created. Shmuley Bosak, an American Orthodox Jewish rabbi, said most families tend to rush through dinner, especially the kids. They can't wait to get back on their computers and cell phones and iPods, but they'll stick around if the conversation is interesting. And the biggest determinant is you. If you see yourself and your life as a crashing bore, your kids will see the same thing. But if you see your life as an endless succession of miracles and fascinating events, your kids will be transformed by it. Today, I would like to discuss 3 ways that we can get our children to really talk to us. The first way is trying not to ask too many questions right off the bat. Understanding that there needs to be a transition time between school interactions and family interactions for some children, and picking a location that is conducive to having a conversation free of distractions. The first step is ensuring that we do not barrage our children as soon as they sit down. Dr. Adam Cox, the author of Boys a Few Words, Raising Our Sons to Communicate and Connect, says he doesn't know what kind of information you want, so he truly draws a blank. When we overload our children with questions, they tend to shut down. Their little minds never stop telling us stories, but they're still learning how to regurgitate the interactions that they've had that day at school. They have limited recall in their memories, and we as parents need to ensure that we also have good communication with the other adults in their lives. Teachers, daycare providers, coaches all have a wealth of knowledge about our own children, so we can ask them questions that we already know the answers to, hoping to kind of spur their little memories. We can also ask specific questions. What made you laugh today? Who did you play with at recess? Did you get ice cream? A pinpointed question will help them focus on a specific instance without their day and can trigger memories. In addition to open-ended questions, we need to understand our child. My children, despite having the same 2 people's combined DNA, are vastly different personalities. Jennifer Kolari, a Toronto therapist and author of Connected Parenting, How to Raise Great Kids, states, if you state something like, hey bud, I missed you, let me take your backpack. Your kid is thinking, my mom has my back. And that is when they will start to open up. Starting a game or reading a book can also cause a moment with your child where he feels relaxed, where they have had the time to digest their day, and they're going to be more open to communication. These relaxing moments will help with your child's performance anxiety, because the bottom line is our children want to impress us. They don't want to feel like they are put under too much pressure. They don't want to feel judged by their parents. It is important for us to be present in their lives, to give them our complete attention so that they feel relaxed and comfortable with telling us the little things, because the little things lead to the important things. They lead to the big things. If we have their backs, they will know that. They will know if you're paying attention or if you're thinking about your workday. The third step to better communication with our children is picking a location free of distractions. Megan Mooney, a psychologist at the Texas Psychological Association in Cedar Park, says, kids tend to open up a little bit more when there isn't direct eye contact. So the car before or after school could be a great place without distractions, if you can get them off their cell phones. Plus, the parents are driving, so they're not looking right at them. You can spend time singing their favorite songs to help them get over a bad grade, on a quiz, or by sharing about my day. If I start the conversation by sharing something about my day, my children see that my life is not perfect either. If I share an event that maybe wasn't a positive event, it will show them that it's okay for them to open up about a negative event that potentially could have happened that day or could happen in the future. The dinner table is also a good place for conversation, but it is important that the television is off, the cell phones are down. The less distractions that we can have at the dinner table will help improve good conversation with our family. It's important that we don't pry. If you're seeing that your child is feeling a little bit uncomfortable, they need to know that we value and respect them as people also. So we need to listen, but also give them just a little bit of privacy. What they find important is not necessarily what we find important. So if they're telling you about their awesome dragon castle that they built on Minecraft, listen. Stop what you're doing and look at the tablet. Let her walk you through all of the secret chambers in her dragon castle to her turtle bay where she is spawning little turtles. If you don't listen to what they feel is important, we are missing an opportunity for valid communication with our children. In conclusion, it is vital that we ensure, as parents, we are doing everything that we can to have good, honest, real conversations with our children by trying not to ask too many questions, understanding transition times and personality difference between our children, and the conversation locations are important. Because although it would be nice to live in perfect parent land, there's no such place. At least 3 times a week, my children forget something at home or at school or in their locker. There have been threats of World War III for who gets to sit behind mom. So just keep that in mind. Let's try and have good conversations with our children.